And I also immediately have to cough. Sorry, gang. Brief intermission there. Okay, we have a few things on the docket today. Hello, how are you today, Manu? I had some announcements, and now they're evading me. It's okay. We're gonna sort. Hi, everyone. Hello, everybody. We're gonna sort through announcements as I discover them. Then we have a couple options today. We can do a. Would you guys rather do a not gonna lie or a scary game? Because I don't know if I can do both. What? How do I? There we go. Hi there. Is that you, Manu? What did Manu do? I've missed you guys. It has been a minute. Not gonna lie? Okay, then that's what we will do since we missed Mental Health Monday. I did find a good scary game though for next time we need one. First off, so okay. Is that from the Truman Show? What's your bad news? I'm gonna turn off real quick the sound for just a moment so that I can focus here. Anyways. Who's that, Gray? Oh, is that the girl? This is so cute. No ads for Kenzie. Thank you, Manu. So, announcements. Your girlfriend broke up with you? I want more details in just a moment. I do. Okay. Quinn is having a rough ass day. So, if you have a moment, and if this is true to you, don't make something up. But if she changed your view of something, if she helped you see the light in some way, can you please let her know? Because that means a lot to her, and she is being forced to be in a dance with people who bully her. Thank you for the gay bits. She's actively getting bullied and forced to be there or she fails a class. It's really unfair and not okay. And there's not really a good solution because it took too long for something to happen, and so now she can't leave it. And even though the people were trying to hold it over her head and threatening her that they were going to make her leave it, they can't, or she fails. I know, I want to beat them up too. I feel such rage when people are mean to my girlfriend. She's genuinely so sweet. Her soul is in a place of wanting to both educate and be educated. It's so bad. It's so bad that they're bullying her, not her mind. And people are accusing her of being the brainwashed one currently because we just had a picture post that went viral, and every time that happens, there's a bunch of homophobes on it. Kaelin, lobby? Oh, shoot, my TV. It's okay. Apparently it just does this every time, just a couple of times. I can't see what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm controlling Toothless. Hopefully I am. We'll see, I guess. Yeah. Also, in the next 3 days, I need to complete a paper, study for 2 finals, and pack up everything that I own and throw out the rest because I'm not allowed to take it back to Texas if it doesn't fit in my car, which sucks. Oh, there we go. Okay, I was controlling Toothless that whole time. So it is going to be a busy week, so I apologize if stream schedules are disrupted. I'm also sick. which is not helping. Yesterday, I shit green? That's never happened. So, I don't know what that means, but thank you guys. Thank you, Kenzie. If anybody... I totally forgot where I was going with that sentence. Oh my gosh! I can totally do my paper! I need to interview people in a certain life stage with questions that I write and figure out if they can blah blah blah. I just need you guys to answer questions. Is that okay? Can I ask you all questions? Okay, I'm gonna ask you all to answer psychology questions, but only answer the ones for your age group, okay? So I don't really need to know how old you are specifically, but I'm gonna tell you an age range, and if you're in that age range, you can ask. I'm gonna make it clear at the time. You can answer that question, okay? So don't answer questions if you're not in that age range, because that'll skew everything. But I don't intend to leave anybody out, okay? It's just that I can only, this is for a certain age range. Okay. So I will be doing that throughout, but let me see if I actually had any specific. Okay. Okay. Hang on. Guys, oh, I know this isn't the most entertaining thing because I have to write this down while you answer it. I'll turn the volume back on. And then I'll start a Not Gonna Lie as well. Somebody wants to know how to get toothless. Good luck, bud. I keep having dreams where I have toothless, and then I keep waking up and I'm sad. Okay. What's that? You used to start with toothless, but now you don't. Only the OGs got toothless. You have to find him in an egg, and it's really hard to do. Okay. I'm just gonna have it on the same doc, why don't I? Question. I would just interview Quinn, because I'm supposed to interview 2 people, and I could interview Quinn and Claire, or Quinn and myself, honestly. But I feel like this will... There's a lot going on, is a load of things. I feel like this will, it's not going to be multiple choice. It will give me the biggest range of answers. So, who's ready to become a statistic? Wait. A specific statistic in my research paper. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Wait. Okay. Are any of my mods here? I need somebody to calculate an average answer. So like with everyone's answers combined, this is only for 1 to 10 questions, okay? So I'm about to ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, and everyone who answers, I need you to can you figure out what the average would be? I'm sorry, I know that's a lot to put on you and you're not in school, so you don't have to if you don't want to. Just opt out and my feelings won't be hurt. But if you can, that would be awesome. Okay. First of all, raise your hand if you are between the ages of 17 and 21. I am I'm so short on here. Okay, 17 to 21-year-olds. Congratulations, you are the focus group right now. Okay, so only the people who are 17 to 21 answer the following question. Okay, because my paper is on late adolescence, and 17 to 21 is late adolescence before emerging adulthood. Okay, so these are the people who are going to answer this question. If you're not, please don't skew the results on purpose. I love y'all. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how independent do you feel from your parents? Not even... parents is also subjective to your community growing up. So, okay. Again, only 17 to 21-year-olds should be answering. If you want to answer for fun, just say, every time you answer a question that's not for your age group, say, don't count my answer, I'm not in the age group, but my answer is blank, if you just want to answer for fun. Okay? So that everyone can be included if you want to be. But you have to say that every single time in the same question, or else your answer will be counted. We good? Is there more than one age group? There's going to be specific ones. Hang on. I'm figuring this out as we go. This is an assignment I have to do. Okay. Average for each question, please. Okay. Average answer. Okay. How... Yeah, please don't answer twice. Okay. Okay. Huh. 17... Okay. Now, a second question, more specifically. Okay, there are two parts to this question, alright? So only answer this part if you are between 17 and 19. 17, 18, 19-year-olds. Answer the same question, how independent do you feel from your parents? Scale of 1 to 10. So no 20 or 21-year-olds. I know it's still not you, but... I can't include everyone in every question. Okay, so the average answer appears to be 6 for both of those. Okay. And now, 20 and 21-year-olds. I know there aren't many of you, but can you answer that? How independent are you, 20 and 21-year-olds? Okay, so I'm actually going to take that average answer down to 5. I think that's a good estimate. 8. It's just you? There are no more 20 or 21-year-olds? That's insane. Okay. I'm going to add my own answer, which is roughly about a 7. So I'm going to put 7.5 and split our difference. Okay. Okay. So for middle adolescence. Okay. I don't need an average answer on this one. I can kind of gauge it. For the middle adolescence questions, don't bother making an estimate, because I can Thank you, Kim. But for the emergent for the late adolescence, I do. Okay, middle adolescence. So let me see what age. Okay, so 14 to newly 17-year-olds. Like, I want to say 14 to 16, but it's technically 14 to 17. 17's kind of both. So if you're 17, you can answer this question, but it's more beneficial if you answer the other ones. 14 to 17, how it... What is... On a scale of 1 to 10, how sure are you of your goals for future you? Like, how sure are you on a scale of 1... Yeah, it's 2007 to 2011, I think. How sure are you of the fact that the goals you have now are going to be goals you have in the future? Okay, and now I want you to rate your task-driven confidence. So not like emotional confidence, not even necessarily social confidence, but how comfortable are you receiving a task and then either asking clarifying questions, completing it, feeling like no matter what, you've got this. Like you can figure out how to do it. Okay. Interesting. Fascinating. Okay. I forgot to mute. Okay, we're gonna go back to 17 to 19-year-olds. Give me... How do I say this? Give me a scale of 1 to 10 on how... Again, 17 to 19. Give me a scale of 1 to 10 on how clear your identity feels. This can be whether or not you think you have one, or how far along you think you are in developing it. Poor Kim. Okay. Again, if you want to participate in other questions, because it's so low. Again, if you want to participate in questions that aren't your age group, say, don't count, and then put your answer. Because that's still cool to say, I know. I would do that. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate y'all participating within the rules. Okay. Of course it's 6-7. Okay. 21-year-old. What about yours? Why am I blanking on the question I asked? Oh, right. The question was, how sure are you of your identity? Kenzie, the question for 14 to 17-year-olds was, what's your task-driven confidence level on a scale of 1 to 10? You don't have to expose your age, but can you raise your hand if you would like to be included and you are above 21 years old? I know a lot of people who don't reveal themselves, really. Got it. Okay. Radio silence over there for the above 21-year-olds. That's cool. I've made a Google form. I'm really trying to keep it all collected. Okay. You know what? We're going to put a pause on this, and I'm going to put this away because I do need to ask some interview-esque questions, like full sentence questions to people, but the survey questions are very helpful. And we're going to start a Not Gonna Lie as promised, and my TV is restarting. Okay. Perfect timing, though, because I'm doing something else. Not gonna lie. Nope, go away. Copy link. Also, my throat is not it today. Okay. Kenzie, why would you dox your birthday? Don't do that. Don't stop doxing your birthdays. Stop that. Everyone stop that. What? I thought we were past this. Okay. Could somebody please pin that? I am feeling a little bit better today. I was so full of everything bad yesterday. But today, I'm only a little bit full of everything bad. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think I might be asexual. How do I tell my girlfriend? Ooh, that's a tough one. I think that you should say, hey, I think that this is a possibility that needs exploring. What would that mean for us if I was? You know, like what would... You need to discuss it as though it's like say to your girlfriend, let's discuss this as though it's the case. What's gonna happen? And then let's discuss how I'm gonna figure out if that is the case, so that we have a plan either way, and then figure out the result, you know? Me and my girlfriend recently broke up. I found out she was drinking and she kept ignoring me to call her friends and then spread rumors about another friend of mine, so I'm so destroyed and insecure from her right now. I'm so sorry. That is such an immature person and thing to do. I hate people like that. You're both probably young, and I need you to know that in a couple years, you won't even... You'll remember it, probably, but because everyone, you know, remembers their past, but you won't care anymore. Like, nothing she does now will affect you in 2 years. Especially if you're, like, a teenager, I guarantee. You just started playing How to Train Your Dragon on Roblox? I'm glad. I hope you enjoy. I just lost a friend that was very close for saying something I was not supposed to say, and I'm having a hard time to cope with it. Do you have any recommendations? I'm really curious what you said. Something you're not supposed to say? The TV is doing it again. I'm sorry. Have you tried apologizing? I don't I mean, I don't know who was in the wrong by just something I wasn't supposed to say. One of my friends recently got a diagnosis, and she knows it took me like 2 months to go through the entire process, and then proceeded to say stuff like, I got mine after talking to a person once, so you're lying, even though I'm literally not. Are you serious? I think you should drop that friend. And then if people are like, hey, why aren't you close with so-and-so? Just say it's because they like to minimalize people's problems and accuse them of faking genuine problems that they struggle with. So it's really hard to be friends with somebody who, like, proceeds to, you know, who thinks they're smarter than medical doctors in high school. Like, I'm in a very confusing situation right now because I'm debating whether or not to break up with my boyfriend. You should probably do it if you're debating. But I don't know if I could hurt him like that. Ooh, definitely do it. The reason is because I discovered my sexuality fairly recently, and I haven't gotten over feelings for a girl they thought I would. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, you have two options. And I'm gonna say these options assuming that you actually do have feelings for the guy, so like you're bisexual if you're a girl. I'm assuming that you're bisexual. If you're not and you don't have oh my god, the TV again? Are you kidding me? Like just okay. Well, luckily I have something to say. If you don't have a sexuality that includes men, definitely break up with him. If you do, one, you can either set very strict boundaries for yourself so that you won't see the person that you're getting over, and you can have honest conversations with your boyfriend about it, or you can break up with him. Okay, and are we back? We're back. Okay. Oh. Okay. Whee! That's evil. Where are you finding these people? My girlfriend was 14, by the way, and drinking. Yikes. Where are her parents? Make my life so much better. I love you, Kaelin. I love you too, whoever you are. I already sent a message to Quinn when I saw the story, and she changed my mind and view to a better way in lots of things, from Manu. I'm so glad, and I know that she's happy about that. My parents got divorced in 2022. My dad is abusive, but I live with my mom. Are you kidding me? Is it doing it again? Is it really? What's happening? I'm gonna snap this TV in half over my knee and just, like, grind it in a wood chipper, I think. I think that's the only option, right? Can you guys still... I don't even know... I don't know why I'm asking. I can't see your replies. I don't even know if you guys can still see me when this keeps happening. This is like the 5th time. Okay, my dad is not paying the mortgage, and we are struggling with money. My house is getting repossessed, and I'm going to be homeless. I'm scared for the future. I'm so sorry. Okay. One thing that you can do... Reconnect. One thing that you can do is start a GoFundMe, for sure. Also reach out to local youth resources, because even if your mom is not a youth, you are, and so maybe... failed to connect. You need to know if you're the bad guy. I didn't see your message at first because my screen was off. But, you can put that in the not gonna lie, because your message is getting cut off in here. Hi, Izzy. Exactly. What's wrong with the TV? It's old and breaking. So about every 5 minutes, it decides no more time for you and just like offs itself in front of me, restarting the entire thing. It used to restart stream, but it doesn't do that anymore, so that's a good thing. Oh, and it's gone again. I'm gonna go plug it back in further and see if that is even a little bit the problem. Because last time that seemed to kind of fix it. I'm just gonna mess with the cord. Stupid thing. On the bright side, once I move out, there will be no more of this TV, and I will destroy it in a glorious fire of rage. Okay. Okay. Every time my camera goes off, that's me bringing it back to the PlayStation input. So I'm doing that on purpose. Okay. My mom and my sisters know I'm lesbian, but I haven't come out. Only because my dad and brother are extremely homophobic. I don't know what to do. I think that that's a really weird family dynamic. I think you should ask your mom to talk to your dad about it, because she is supposed to fight for you as your mother. Yeah, don't come out if it's not safe. But the fact that one parent knows and the other doesn't because both of you seem to be scared of his reaction is deeply concerning. Like, genuinely, that's awful and weird. Like, why does your dad have that much power over the family that he can... Ew. He seems really insecure. Needing to have that kind of control is something that only insecure men do. Having your own family scared of your reactions or following your opinions no matter what, and just like adjusting themselves to you in any situation is really stupid and awful and abusive. Is it doing it again? Oh my god, I'm gonna get shot. Why wasn't it doing it at the start? We got so long without it doing this. Any advice for long distance relationships? Yes, actually. Okay. Long distance relationships are going to be hard, no matter how you slice it. It is genuinely a traumatic experience. It's not traumatic because of what you're doing. It's not traumatic because of what they are doing. It's traumatic because distance between you and the person that you love most in the world is actually a traumatic thing. So the distance is what's traumatic. So you need to have ways to kind of cope with that. And you need to have things that you do to regulate that. You need to connect every day. Me and Quinn do not go a day without connecting, both over text and on the phone. I see her face every single day. Even if it's for the few minutes before we fall asleep, I see her face every single day, and that is what has kept us strong. If we did not do that, I don't know where we would be, because it's a really hard thing to do. And if you're a teenager, it's even harder because you don't have the freedom to travel like adults do. Have a routine that you're not willing to compromise. That's the best thing I can tell you. Have a routine that you do not compromise no matter what. I really like this girl, but I'm pretty sure she's straight or homophobic, and I've been trying to talk to her, but I always choke up when I'm around her, and the best part is I live in a homophobic country. Well, uh-oh. Okay. I'm gonna say this as somebody who was in a very homophobic part of the country at the time, in a more homophobic cult. where nobody knew and I was a teenager. And I liked this girl. She ended up liking me back. Best case scenario, right? Actually, she liked me first, but best case scenario, right? Wrong. When people find out is the worst case scenario. It is genuinely dangerous for you to be in a relationship, which is why I would say no. Like, I want to say live your truth, die for your truth, but I don't want kids to be persecuted. You know? That's like lifelong damage. And so if it is genuinely dangerous for you to ask somebody out, especially if they might expose you and are homophobic, please don't. Save yourself. You have to save yourself. It sucks, but seriously. My mom has failure in both kidneys and needs a transplant, but my siblings won't do it, and I'm waiting to see if I'm a match, and everyone says I'm too young. I'm 14 and I can't donate, but I want to help. I'm sorry. You are probably too young. They probably won't let you if you're 14. They won't do it? I think you should talk your siblings into it, or at least try. Them seeing their 14-year-old sibling crying about not being able to give their mom a kidney. That's so sad. I mean, I wouldn't be able to sit by. One of my friends for a while has been punching my arm jokingly, but I have a bruise on my arm, and it occasionally smacks the back of my head, and there's currently a bruise on my forehead, and I have had pounding headaches. Okay, I know that what you should do is just, oh my god, the TV. First of all, drop your friend. What you should do is either drop your friend or say, hey, I know this is a joke, but it's not funny, and I have, I have bruises. I bruise easily. Or you can just say that. Be like, I bruise easy. Can you not, hit me? I mean, are other people experiencing this? Maybe you could all, like, get together and be like, ugh, you gotta stop doing this. Like, even bring it up as a joke, and maybe they'll take it seriously. You can hope they'll take it seriously. My little sister came out as bi to me yesterday, and I got her bi-colored candles and cupcakes and said, happy bi birthday. It was so cute. That is adorable. I love that. We need more of that. How to stop feeling like an endless burden. I haven't spoken to anyone outside of work in 2 weeks, and all I want to do is cry. I see no point in anything anymore. People who are going to treat you like a burden. Okay. Here's my honest to God answer, because what I want to say, what my reflex, hi Nuri, I love you too. My immediate reflex is, you're not a burden, you're never a burden, please tell everyone your problems. Because I do believe that. But the truth is that people are living their lives. So, here's my honest answer, is that people who are treating you like a burden, first of all, should never happen. Those people, that's not okay at all. You're gonna run into those people, you need to drop those people. But if people aren't treating you like a burden, you just feel like a burden, then you need to know that that's in your head. If you reach out to somebody and they're, like, if the people you're reaching out to are empathetic and you're convincing yourself that they are faking it, then that is something that's in your head that you need to work on getting over. I'm so sorry. It sounds like you are severely depressed and probably do need actual medical help as well. Like clinical help. And if I know a lot of places don't have, like, good... I see. I know some places don't have good, like, therapists. And if that's the case, I would suggest going online and finding one in a place that works for you. That's what I'm doing. I have a meeting with a therapist soon that I found online, and I'm never going to see her in person. But it's genuinely going to be better than if I used a free one, you know? Don't... Oh. I almost read, don't read this out loud. Hang on. Mar... That relationship was strange from the beginning. Thank you, Manu. That relationship was a little weird from the beginning, I have to say. I mean, you met through a Twitch chat. I think... you shouldn't take anything that happened in that relationship to heart and, like, pretend that you didn't date somebody there, because it was just weird. It won't do you any good to have had a relationship there, you know? I recently told my best friend that I SH'd because she noticed that I was really not okay, but she told me she doesn't believe me because I don't have scars. She proceeded to give me a lecture and told me I'm going to hell. She told me to pray it away, but I'm trying to pray. But it's hard since I'm always tired. Hey, so... I'm biased because I'm an atheist, but praying doesn't work. You will find comfort in it, and that might work, to just be comforted by it. And when something does get better, you're like, it's because I prayed. But, anyone who tells you to pray it away just wants to, like, pass the buck of your problem. Like, they don't care about you. And I hate to say it, but it's really true. Anyone who's like, you haven't prayed enough, or you can pray it away, is genuinely those are the least empathetic people ever. They just want to, like, put on God what you've given to them and not care about you. I have never once, even when I was in the depth of Christianity, I never once told somebody it was because they weren't praying enough, or you can pray that away. God can do that. Because they'd given me something to care about. You know? That's not something that you pass the buck on. They're not asking you, who do I talk to about this? They're saying, hey, as a friend. Like, you're my friend, you matter to me, I hope I matter to you, here's my problem. And that's what you say. Worst people do that. I was a Christian and didn't do that. Also, Jesus told you to take care of each other. Come on, man. Like, if Jesus is real, he's face-palming right now. I feel left out with my friends, and I feel alone, and I'm not sure what to do. I'm sorry. You're welcome here. We're all here. We're all friends. We're gonna do this. We do this every time. Guys, raise your hand if you either need some more friends, you're willing to have more friends, your friend group has a room for one more. Everybody raise your hand if that's the case. There's one. There's two. There's 3, 4, 5, 6. There's so many. The more the merrier. There are a lot of people here who want to talk to you, who want to hear your story. Learning about people's stories is honestly the coolest thing ever. That's like the first thing I want when I meet somebody new. I want to know their perspective on everything. It's super cool. When I was 13, I went to a teen disco. Where is this going? Teen disco is not what I expected to read today. When I was 13, I went to a teen disco with my friends, and I was drinking and got drunk. Oh, dear. I ended up drinking more and more, but I was getting better, and that was 6 years ago now. These streams helped me a lot and distract me from the thought of alcohol. I'm really glad. I'm really glad that that's where that Not Gonna Lie ended. Okay. A lot of people are talking in here about making friends. So here's what we're gonna do. This might not... Kaelin is my god. Thank you, Haley, for the sub. Thank you, Haley. Here's what we're gonna do. I can't guarantee you'll make friends from this, but this is gonna help. If you're wanting to make more friends, you want to make more connections, if you're here and want to talk about anything, and if you're just feeling vocal today, pipe in. We're gonna have some icebreaker questions, and you might find somebody with something in common. Alright? What is... Okay. Mountains or cities, and why? Because what about the aesthetic appeals to you? What about mountains or cities is appealing? Good answers, guys. Okay. Who played... Okay, what was one thing you did as a kid, meaning 13 and under, that you would consider making you a weird kid? This one's gonna get some people. Like what's something that you did as a kid where you were like, I was weird as a kid for this? It can be the media you consumed, it could be a hobby you had. I had plenty. I'll go first. I did Warrior Cats roleplays on Animal Jam. Gotcha Kid, yes. That's a good one. I am with you on the college literature one. Having a college level, having a college reading level in 3rd grade really did not get me as far in life as I thought it would. TV's doing it again. I'll just fly up. Okay, what is the biggest thing you spend time on? Like, creatively. So, like, what's something you make, something you cook, something you sew, something you carve, something you wrote? It can be anything. What did you do creatively? Or what have you done, and how long have you been doing it? Whoa, Yella. What's going on? We are doing icebreakers for people who need to make more friends in the community. So I'm asking a bunch of questions to see if anybody has anything in common. You draw your whole life? Aww. What kinds of things do you draw? Be specific. And if you want to exchange socials with somebody, be sure to do that in whispers, not in general. Not in here. Because we don't exchange socials here. Blood O, so you can donate? That is totally your choice. I will not have input on that. I wish you the very best. Did in fact not get the toothless drawing? What? Monkey, what the fuck? His answers are always so specific that oh, it's happening again. But whenever he, like, gives, like, an outrageous answer, it's always so specific that you're like, that can't be a lie, because you would have had to have time to come up with that. Maybe you did have time and I just forgot. Kinda in a situationship with the girl, and she already clarified that she's okay with taking it further, but I'm really scared to even ask her to kiss her. I'm always scared I'm crossing boundaries. Okay. Asking for consent is never embarrassing. It is never wrong. It is always the right thing to do. And, I would so much rather somebody ask for consent 5 times before even a little kiss than somebody who kissed me without asking. Just ask. It might be awkward. There are ways to ask in the moment. You can even, like, asking for consent does make it sweeter. You can make it a whole moment. You can be like, hey, are you okay? Are you ready? Like, saying things like that. Like, whatever you're gonna ask, whisper it. That's the key. Say it quietly, so it comes across as a sidebar as you checking in on them, minus the moment that's happening. You know? Always ask for consent, and you'll get better at it over time. It's better to be awkward than to be bad. Do you have any tips for staying motivated in school? I wish I had tips for staying motivated in school. I'm currently procrastinating an assignment. If you're neurodivergent, dopamine farm. If you are... Oh, you're the TV. I hate this TV so much. If you're a neurotypical, make it a game. Actually, I don't have advice for neurotypicals. I don't know that much. I really don't. I was so unmotivated in school. I was only motivated by the fact that my parents would punish me. Hey Kaelin, I'm sorry for kind of spamming, but I need to know if I'm the bad guy. My girlfriend broke up with me because she started losing her interest for me. Yes, I lied to her about talking like a friend to her friend at a confirmation, and one night I told her that I talked to her and she was sad. Lying is wrong. I don't really fully understand what you're saying here. Lying, bad. Telling the truth, good. I think you should do that. Okay, I recently told my mom I wanted to do ice skating as a sport. She laughed at me and told me there's no way since I'm a chubby girl. Oh my god. I felt like shit, and I still feel like shit. She also never lets me buy the clothing I want, says it's too tight and will show off my huge thighs and stomach. Oh my god. I think your mom has some unresolved body issues of her own. I don't think that, honestly. Every time parents are concerned about how their kids look, I really don't think it has anything to do with the kid. Like, it's 100% the parent that is fighting insecurity, not you. Like, it's not a problem with you. If it is a health concern, that's different. That's different. They want you for your safety. But the fact that she doesn't want you to buy tight clothes to show off your stomach has nothing to do with you. Like, genuinely, you can totally wash your hands clean of this situation and just know I have a shit mom right now. Like, even if she's a good person, she has some unresolved issues, and they're coming out on me, making me insecure, and that's all that's happening. That is 100% it. I cannot emphasize this enough. It has nothing to do with you or your choices. If she is insecure about how your body looks, that is weird, that is wrong, and that means she needs therapy. Not you. And now you need therapy because she gave it to you. This is with the breaking up person, their boyfriend person. So yeah, I am bisexual and I do have genuine feelings for him. The thing is, the girl I can't get over told me today that she's liked me a long time, which I had no idea about. I just hate to break my boyfriend's heart because he genuinely is a good guy. I hate to say this, but you are already breaking his heart. What is more fair? He's a good guy, so I'm not gonna... Okay, I know you are not cheating, but I'm gonna say it like you are so that you understand my point. Imagine you're cheating, and then you're like, but he's a good guy, I don't want to tell him. You're already breaking his heart, he just doesn't know it. You know? If you're not emotionally in the relationship, that's not fair. That's how I was when I found out I was gay. Granted, I was not bisexual, and I did not still like him. At all, but you gotta end things, dude. Yeah, this is like mental health Friday because we missed Monday because I was in bed. My friend has blocked me and removed me from her server for not having good communication with her. I regret it so much and I have no one to talk to. Also, love you, IU. I think that anyone who blocks people from Discord servers is immediately overdramatic and strange, and I think that Discord servers as a whole should be banned from the face of the earth. I think that getting off of Discord and forgetting what happens on Discord is going to be the best thing for you right now. Literally, nothing good happens there. And you will think, something good happened here. Nothing good happens in Discord servers. DMs, that's different. That's just a way of communication like anything else. Discord servers are literally the 7th layer of hell. Run. She blocked you on TikTok. TikTok is kind of toxic too now. Have you noticed that? Like, it's unregulated. Anything that's unregulated is so toxic. I basically almost exclusively use Instagram. It's just so annoying. Everyone has Discord trauma. Like, imagine... Not everyone has Instagram trauma, not everyone has TikTok trauma, but a lot more people do. Everyone has both Discord drama and trauma. Like, it's kind of like saying not all men when you're talking about your own Discord server. Enough Discord servers that there's a good chance something will happen to you. Are our words mean something to you and Quinn? Doesn't mean anything. Can I send you a voice message on Insta of a list I made today because I think it will be cut up in the Twitch chat? cute if in the Twitch chat, but it's okay if I'm not allowed to. I don't know who you are or what you're talking about, so you're gonna have to elaborate. I'm having issues with my mom. She worries a lot. She'll ask me if I'm okay, and usually I am, but she makes it worse by asking. I like hugs, but whenever she gives me a hug, it feels awkward because I don't want a hug. I'm like the only one of my friends like this. They all have a great relationship with their moms. You have an anxious mother, and I think voluntarily talking to her will make these issues better. Like, that hug that you don't want is her looking for reassurance. Like, if you're saying yes, I'm fine, but she doesn't quite believe you, and she doesn't know if something's wrong. She doesn't know enough about your life. She wants to, like, feel that you're okay, even subconsciously. Like, she wants to hug you and feel that you're okay, you know? On December what? I never know if I will be live. There's a good chance that it'll be really spotty over the next week or so because I'm moving. Probably. I'm probably going to be live every day. You can say that every day. Like, is Kaelin going to be live? The TV is doing it again. I won't have this problem much longer. Is Kaelin going to be live today? Probably. But if she can, she will be. But if she can't, she won't be, you know? I'm still unable to message in chat because I'm scared that people would dislike me. I feel guilt when I text in chat for some damn reason, and I literally have one friend and I'm too scared to find more. I don't feel welcomed in chat, and I don't know why. Okay, I'm waiting for the TV to turn back on before I address this. It's taking an abnormally long time. Oh, hold. We're back. Okay. Oh no, it's gonna do it again. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill this TV. If hell is real, there's like hell, and then there's like another place where even the people in hell, they don't talk about it because it's that painful, and that's where this TV is going. It's not as frustrating for you guys, I'm sure, because you can actually see me the whole time, but there's literally no reason it should be doing this. No, take your time. I wasn't trying to stream or anything. Take your time. Bitch ass TV. Okay. Maybe there was a loose wire. Anyways. Person who is too scared to talk in chat. I don't know why you feel guilty. It's typing words on a screen, and that's exactly how we're gonna read them. I think that if you are a weirdo, then if you're... Okay, this is the worst case scenario. If you're a weirdo, we're gonna deal with you like a weirdo. That's it. And it's not that big of a deal. You're not damaging anyone, and I doubt you could, honestly, because you're so conscious of it. Nobody... Like, this is really a truly very accepting community. We love everyone here. I trust Kim so much to make sure you feel welcomed right now. Like, okay, if that was you, you don't have to say anything else. Can you just say hi? Like, can you just say hi one time so that we can welcome you? We are all weirdos. All of us. Oh, and my TV turned off. If this TV had a neck, I would choke it. Mercilessly. machine. It's just a machine. It's just a machine. It's just a machine. Fucking bitch TV. Oh my god, they did it? They did, and I missed it? Is it you? Are you serious? I hate everything. Everyone's saying hi now? It's a party. Every lurker say hi. Of course I fucking missed it. I'll blame my TV. If you still have social issues after this, blame my TV. Last year, my friends and I were playing Truth or Dare. One of my friends... Oh, dear. One of my friends were playing Truth or Dare. One of my friends dares... Weird word... Oh, one of my friends' dares was to kiss my back and stuff. I felt really uncomfortable, and I told them I didn't want to. They called me a pussy, and my friend forced me into it. And the thing is, she's like 5 to 6 years older than me. I feel unvalid, but I still feel dirty. I'm really sorry if I'm the first person to tell you this, but you were assaulted. That is assault. Okay. Any sexual contact, even as a joke, it's just as much, because just because it's a joke doesn't change it. Doesn't mean they still... If you are uncomfortable with it and did not give explicit consent for that, you were assaulted. That is assault. It wouldn't have even... This isn't even a hot take. Even if you didn't say you were uncomfortable with it, if they didn't ask you if you were comfortable with it and you say yes, that's assault. I don't care if it's under the pretense of a dare. That's stupid. Dares are stupid. I do not do dares. When people are saying truth or dare, I never once said dare. I always say truth. Mostly because I like to yap, but also because dares are dumb. The whole concept of a dare is just stupid. And also, that was really weird, because she was older than me, too. I feel like I have no feelings to my best friends like I used to, and I don't know if that's because of depression or because I don't feel the same. Well, you'll know if you are in contact with other people and feel differently. I can't tell if this is snow or game that hasn't loaded. Like, I would know that if I had other friends that I clicked with more immediately, you know? Oh. And we're gone. Gone again. If there's like a headline that's like TV murdered in brutal way, remote stuck in screen, left on road to die after being dragged behind moving car for several miles, you know who your girl was. It was me. Stupid ass TV. I don't know if I should stay on my course or change to one I actually want to do. Change to one you actually want to do. You are gonna have a career that you need to be preparing for a long time in your life. You're gonna end up me crashing out on my TV. I'll repost that. It's a valid crash out. I just want to add that my long distance one, that our 6 months anniversary is tomorrow. Well, congratulations. Mine is in 2 days. Day after. And it's gone again. Sometimes I want to peel it back slowly. Like, take the edge of the screen and just hoping that there's a nerve in there. Like peeling skin off. Kim is honestly the most amazing and kind person ever. Even though me and her have never texted, her streams make me feel so much better. Thank you so much for making my life better, Kim. From Anonymous. That was cute. Life's been getting really bad, and honestly, I've already relapsed a few days ago, and then some more. I'm sorry. There's not more. I was once calling my best friend while crying since my parents got into another fight. I was ranting to her and crying since my dad hit my mom again, and she hung up mid-call. I feel like it's my fault since I full-on trauma dumped on her. I just wish she said bye because I did talk to my phone for a good 30 minutes. That made me so sad. Call the police. I'm not kidding, call the police. I'm not joking with you at all, call the police. And I'm not exaggerating in a single fucking drop, call the police. That's physical assault. That is very illegal. And even if you don't want to cause problems, there are problems that you didn't cause. There already are problems. There are unlimited problems. You can't even add to the problems. It'll seem like you could have added to the problems, and your family will want you to think that you've added to the problems, because they need someone to blame, and it's hard to blame themselves. But you need to call the police, because you are going to be actively solving problems. And even if your mom doesn't see that now, she will. She will when she hasn't been hit in 5 years. When was the last time that happened? I feel like I'm not worthy of being anyone's friend, and I just went through a breakup too, so it's hard. Which it's been so long, so I don't know how to deal with that. I'm sorry. You do deserve to have friends. Everyone deserves to have friends. Isolation is where bad things start, not friendship. Well, bad things can start in friendship, but you know what I mean. Isolation is where things get unhealthy. And I think you need to reach out. I genuinely don't know how to put it into words, but Kaelin, you and Quinn have saved me so much over the past few months and made me feel so loved and important, and I love you guys so much, so genuinely. So much genuinely, Mar. I love you too, Mar. You've always been a very sweet presence. I was doing myself so stimming on my... What? Oh. Okay, you can't... This is grammatically incorrect, so the sentence shouldn't have started that way. Why did you start the sentence with, I was doing myself? That's so strange. Stimming on my Pop-It game, and it died at level 17, the highest I've ever gotten, and I'm sad now. I'm sad for you. Got broken up with just a few days before my birthday, and I was pretty upset. My friend called me dramatic, and now I don't know how to feel. Drop your friend. God. All of you need better friends. Like, why... Guys... I understand what it's like to feel like somebody is overreacting to somebody, but you cannot undo the damage of making someone feel dramatic. Because it's not going to make them think, you know what, you're right, maybe I shouldn't overreact and I should approach this logically. They are going to hear, I am a burden and don't deserve to speak to anyone ever again. And when I have problems, if I can't deal with them myself, I'm weak. That's what they hear. Not, maybe I should approach this more maturely. And so you calling someone dramatic will never, ever help. Give them a solution. Give them a coping mechanism. Send them to somebody who can actually help if you can't, but don't you Don't you ever dare pass the buck by calling someone dramatic. I know, Kim. I can tell. If it helps, I've never thought you were dramatic. I hate when people say that. Yay, I love you guys. I love you too, Kim. I feel like I'm not sad enough to be considered depressed, if that makes sense. Like, with people, I'm happy and I feel good, but then when I'm alone, I get really sad, or I just feel nothing. That's kind of how depression works. I mean, it can get worse than that. But, like, not being fulfilled alone is part of depression, and you have that. And it's okay to admit that, because you can't really help it if you're just going to invalidate your own feelings. It's really hard to start helping yourself if you're like, people have it worse, I shouldn't have a problem. Hi, Key, even. I'm going to see the new movie. I'm going to see the new FNAF 2 movie. I want to dress as Bonnie, Foxy, or Purple Guy. I need your opinion. Who shall I go as? I don't really know the characters, but does everyone want to take a vote? Put in your input. Diagnosed with it, your mom refuses to believe it. Says I'm just dramatic. That kind of happened to me too. Yeah. Moms are the worst with thinking that you somehow manipulated therapists. Like, dude. Guys, please don't spam your messages. I'm literally going through all of them. If I haven't answered it yet, it's because there are more messages than yours. I just opened the same message 6 times. Sometimes I miss 1 or 2, but like, don't paste it more than twice. How about paste it, and then if I'm not there by half an hour later, paste it again. I'm currently 26 minutes behind, so if you're at the front being like, why isn't she responding to my message and putting it every time? 20 minutes after this, I'm just gonna see 10 of your message. The girl who liked the same guy for 10 years, I think you do need to move on, and I'm proud of you for moving on. I'm opening up 10 of the same message right now. Okay. I'm turning 16 soon, and I've never been in a relationship except when I was a little kid, and I really want to experience teenage love before I'm not a teenager anymore. You've got a while before you're not a teenager anymore, by the way. But I have no one I love right now, and when I see people in public that I find attractive, I don't ask them because I get so scared. That's so normal. First of all, I'm only not a teenager as of like a month ago. And there is so much time since I was 16. Since I turned 16, I've had 3 relationships. And a lot of space in between each one. You're gonna be okay. You will experience teenage love because you are a teenager. What you're looking for, when you say teenage love, I know what you mean. Not even... I was a fetus before October. When your hormones are high, that's when teenage love is gonna feel like teenage love. And that happens different for everyone. I was a pretty late bloomer as well, so like my hormones are still spiking like that. Like when you feel the endorphins running and it's like the first love chemicals or whatever, that goes on for a long time. See, somebody's 24 and never had a relationship. It's normal. It's okay. You are going to be a teenager until you're 20. You're not even 16. Slow your roll. You are way too young to be thinking you are behind. Also, the concept of being behind, shitty. Also, 16-year-olds kind of suck at relationships. Fully honestly. Last time I dated a 16-year-old, I was also 16, and I also sucked at relationships. Like, name a fully mentally healthy 16-year-old. I'll wait. Most teenagers are not good at relationships. Some people get really lucky. I've had some lucky ones in my family who are really good at relationships pretty early on. My aunt and my uncle got engaged when they were 16, and they are still so happily married that that when my uncle goes out of town for a work trip, she keeps his sweatshirts close because they still smell like him. Like, she's so deeply in love with him still. And he's in love with her too, and they flirt constantly. And they're in their 40s. It's gross. Why would you say that? Why would you say that you would low-key text him? Why would you do that? Why would you say that? Like, are you saying that because of who's listening, or because that's a thought? In 6th grade? Oh, you're gonna text your 6th grade relationship. Okay, that's funny. My brain went somewhere else, and I was like, that's not cool. But never mind. When is the next time me and Quinn are seeing each other? I don't 100% know, which is also what's really hard about long distance. I just broke that one. Yellow gay bits. Do we have any plans for Christmas? Move. Okay, if I'm opening up more than 4 of the same message, I'm just not gonna answer it. Trigger warning, trigger warning. One time on TikTok, I was talking to a person in DMs who told me to DM her because I told her in the comments, hey, if you need help, because it was a mental health video. I told her my problems, and she told me to find Jesus. I was forced Catholic, and I'm now an atheist. She told me SH deeper and to off myself. No hate like Christian love, am I right? Because not only do they expect you to find Jesus from that, and then it's not their fault, they know that was wrong and are like, and then expect you to grow from that, and then say, well, she needed Jesus too, we're all sinners, it's okay. And just excuse that behavior as well. Because that's probably what she's used to. Sometimes I want the apocalypse to happen so that Christians will just be proven wrong and have to critically think for once. And I am not talking about all Christians. Don't take that out of context and say that I'm, like, talking about everyone as a whole, because it's a very broad group. But some of them, specifically evangelical ones, holy. I love my mom, but sometimes she doesn't act like my mom, and it makes me dislike her. Then she acts like my mom again, and I don't know what to do. I think you should talk to her about that, because that is genuinely going to be confusing for a developing human being, and that's weird. I don't know what you mean by not acting like your mom. I wish I could open up about my self-harm without sounding like one of those I did it again people, you know? I've been relapsing so much recently and I need help, but I can't ask for it. You can ask for it. You can. Please tell the right people. The I did it again people were made fun of because they were telling kids their problems. You know? So if this is a mental health stream. So if you are, reaching out to the right people, if you want to get therapy, reach out to them first, and then your friends aren't your therapist. And so the right way to do that is to go to a therapist. Thanks, Wonky. It's all good, Kim. It's your therapist's job to have, like, the big parts of that. Your friends are more there for community and, checking in on you. So it's the difference between let me put this entire burden on my friends and I use burden in a broad way of, because if you're talking to a kid, it probably is. But again, I'm trusting that you have more sense than that, than to talk to somebody who's, like, a lot younger than you about problems that are a lot older than them. But, like, talk to your therapist first and then tell your friends, hey, this is what I'm going through. I wanted y'all to know. I don't expect you to really... I don't need you to solve this for me, because there's no way for you to do that. But I wanted you to know because you are my community, and I think part of this might come from isolation. Like, tell them why you're telling them. That is such a helpful tactic that goes for everything that you want to share. If you take nothing from this, tell them why you're telling them. For anything. Even if it's just a random thought that popped into your head, I'm like... Because I do that when I'm talking to Quinn, too. I'm like, hey, this has been going on. I'm not telling you this because I expect you to fix my problems. I'm not telling you this because I want solutions. I'm telling you this because you're my girlfriend. I love you, and you deserve to know what's going on in my life. And if you want to talk about it, we can. But I needed you to know that that's what I'm going through. And that is so much more of a helpful conversation, and will result in us being closer instead of me feeling like a burden and embarrassed. You know? Hey, there's somebody I can't really mention in this stream. I understand that any experience with an NAZI, people who make fun of that, is not okay. Do not write the message 4 times. I have opened up your same message about this person so many times, and I haven't answered it because sometimes I won't have the knowledge or I don't have the ability to speak on those things. Like, those aren't my things to speak about. Sometimes. And those aren't really things for me to give advice for. And I can redirect you, but I keep opening up this same message. And I am really sorry about your grandparents. But this is not... That one isn't really something that I can really speak about on stream, you know? And that's pretty rare that I have something like that, but that is one of them. I am 13 and I've been feeling like shit for so long. I feel like it gets better for a bit and then I go back to being sad all the time, or I feel nothing and people say it's hormones or I'm just a teenager. But how much longer do I have to wait for it to get better? I'm so tired of everything. Sorry about that. That wasn't my response. So part of that, honestly, probably is because you're a teenager. And your perspective of the world is skewed by both the fact that you have no experience and a lot of hormones. And so it's going to feel a lot bigger and badder than it is. Part of it is right. However, minimizing it, not okay. These feelings that we get when we're teenagers or developing human beings are supposed to be just that, developing. And if we need help, we need help. So, like, it's gonna skew your vision of the world forever if you don't learn how to deal with that, you know? Basically, life is gonna give you what life is gonna give you. You start life with imagine you start life with a bunch of little dots, right? And life is going on in a line like this, and you have a bunch of dots. Life is constantly giving you dots. Your job is to organize them and turn them into a flow so that when you're an adult, everything makes sense. You have an identity, you have skills, you have contacts, you have community, that sort of thing. You're supposed to be organizing your life and making sure that it can flow in harmony. And so if it's not happening, you can complain about having a lot more dots of emotional stress and sadness and things. That's normal. You're getting dots and that sucks. But not being able to put them into place and solve these problems and deal with them, that is what's going to hurt you in the future. So you need to talk to a therapist about organizing your dots, you know? Because otherwise you're still going to have these dots that you don't know how to deal with when you're 25. I feel like I haven't relapsed enough this year for it to be considered suffering, and as stupid as it sounds, it feels very real. The feeling has made me relapse for 16 days straight in November, and I still feel like it's not enough. Okay. I'm not going to call that way of thinking stupid, but it is not based in reality. Because it's not valid. The fact that you're feeling like you are not relapsing enough for it to be considered suffering is not valid. You don't have to fail in your struggle to be struggling. Like, it's way better to have struggled and overcome it, even day to day, than to have failed to do so. Like, you are struggling the same amount. It's just some days you are strong enough to get past it, you know? Like, that's not a fair assessment of yourself. You think struggling is only valid if you see it on the outside every time. It's not. The process of healing is so not a straight line, and I know everybody says that, but it only feels real when you're in it. The hardest part is not doing it when you feel like it. That's the hardest thing, is to not do it. You're doing the hardest thing. That's why people are proud of you. Not because you don't need people to be sad for you. Like, it's in the not gonna lie link. Please stop sending your messages 75 times! There's a big-ass cricket in my bed, and I have evacuated to my parents' room, but I did leave my sister in the bed who was asleep, and the cricket is huge, and no fucking way am I going back into that room. Good news is crickets don't bite, at least to my knowledge. What's your advice on getting broken up with? Because it's been so long since I've broken up with. Like 2 years. I don't know if that means it's been 2 years since you've been broken up with or 2 years since you've been dating. Like, have you been single for 2 years, or have you been in the relationship for 2 years and just broke up? Either way, find a hobby. You need a lot of hobbies, and you need to reinvent yourself outside of that person. I'm homeschooled and hardly ever leave my house because my family has one vehicle. Kim, is it possible for you to change the name of the stream to Mental Health Friday? Does that work? Mods perms for it? How do I do that? Is that something I can do in the app? Probably not. Give me like 2 seconds, gang. Aw, thanks. If it pops up, I will surely watch it. Let me see here. I'm the only one that can change it. I think that settings. Mod management. Huh. If I click on you, nope. Okay, that doesn't work. I'm gonna go to my thing, channel. Stop. Edit. Aha! Mental health Friday. It's Friday, right? Yeah. Okay.